9 is getting you ready for your classroom comeback as local universities get ready to fully reopen in the fall. Some are making vaccines mandatory for students and staff. Others are not. So Kelly, how are they making these decisions?
Well, Shana, a lot of this comes down to what federal, state, and local public health leaders are saying. But as a state system university, Westchester is really limited in what they can mandate, like vaccines. Dan Murphy and his friends have their COVID-19 vaccines and are ready for a semester in person at Westchester University, even if it's masked up.
I can see why they're doing it. I feel like it should be only towards the people who aren't vaccinated.
Yeah, I just think everyone should be vaccinated. I don't see what the big deal is.
But as a state system university per state law, Westchester University is among 14 schools that cannot legally mandate COVID-19 vaccines for the 17,000 plus students and roughly 1,900 staff, though President Dr. Chris Fiorentino tells us he likely would have. Cheney, Kutztown, and Millersville universities are also on the list. Many in the Delaware Valley are requiring them. Some are just for students. Still, Fiorentino says it's not impacting their plans to fully reopen in the fall.
They now have that decision in their own hands. They can decide whether they choose to be safe or not. It's no longer my problem to make that decision for people.
What he can decide, universal masking indoors in crowded spaces like classrooms and hallways. Masks will not be required outside. He says that's coming from the CDC guidance they followed all along.
This to me is not a political issue. We want everybody to be safe. We don't want anybody to get sick. We have an organization to run, and we believe we can run it safely.
I'm glad we're starting with a focus of in-person.
Health Director Jean Franklin says Chester County, with a moderate transmission risk as of Wednesday, is also referring all educators to the CDC and state guidelines. She says the majority of new cases in the county are among people who are unvaccinated.
Which means this is still preventable. But certainly it taps into personal choice about getting a vaccine.
I'm completely willing to wear a mask. It's just like, if they think we should wear masks, then maybe it should be online school again.
Well, unless it is a class that is normally scheduled online, Westchester says all in-person classes will be in person. They are not giving two options unless, of course, the guidance changes. Thomas, we do have a full list on what other schools are doing on fox29.com.
A lot to go through. Kelly, thank you. Tomorrow morning.